Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese number DB469C. This is a door sweep weather strip with a vinyl insert, 2.5 inch, and a clear anodized aluminum. This is the DB496. That part number is representative of this profile and this exact combination and size of holder and insert material. The C stands for clear anodized aluminum and is also available in the D finish for dark bronze anodized aluminum base material, and then G for gold anodized aluminum base material. The DB496 dimensionally is represented in an image below this video showing its important dimensional properties. As you can see, it's 2.5 inches tall. Then you have an inch and a half worth of vinyl, which is 1/4 inch thick. This is a substantially thick piece of vinyl, and it literally smells like pool liner, the vinyl that you'd have in an above ground pool. Vinyl is not considered, it is the least best choice for sealing material because it will fatigue with exposure to ultraviolet, and it doesn't do very well in extreme temperatures. Like here in Chicago in the winter, when that vinyl will freeze down to an aluminum threshold, when you pull that door open, the vinyl's coming right off the aluminum threshold. That's not uncommon. That's also common when you have areas that are not swept or shoveled and the water turns to ice and freezes. So in a doorway where it's maintained, you generally don't see that, but in an infrequent door, you will see it, or in that sort of flash condition. However, vinyl is exquisitely positioned because it's inexpensive. The fact that this is a thicker grade vinyl tells me that you certainly will get more of a life expectancy out of it just because it's thicker, and it's slit down in the bottom to give you better surface area coverage as well. So I think that this is a reasonably good confluence between value and quality. Okay, Reese is a significant proponent of insert materials that are far higher performance when compared to vinyl, such as neoprene or silicone, or the best of all, which is called polyurethane. And you can click on the product brochure or get to the manufacturer's complete catalog to review all of those door sweeps. Now, where you're going to see this, probably in an application where you need more height. You might have a scenario where you have an unusual undercut on the door, or you have a scenario where there's an unusual sill condition, or condition where the door, you might have an alley door that is a loading dock door, and the door literally closes up flush to the concrete sill. And then there's a single step that comes down to the alley level. So sometimes people will simply take a longer door sweep and let that drape down and then make contact with the face of the sill and cover that seal properly, rather than have it come and ride over on top of a threshold. So that might be a scenario where you'd use something longer. You might just also have an unusual undercut because of a change of flooring condition as well. Whatever the reason is, if 1.5 inch long of vinyl is what you need, there you go, this is a good option. This Reese DB496 is available on the website in lots of different lengths. This can be purchased in lengths from 2 foot out to 8 foot in length, generally on about 6 inch increments, but sometimes more. If you have need for a longer length than 8 foot, by all means let us know. We just don't list them because the cost to ship is generally considered prohibitive because it can only go tractor trailer when it gets longer. However, if you needed 40 of them, it really isn't going to matter the cost of the freight when you consider the material cost. But reach out to us if you have need for a custom length. Now, if you do have need for a custom length that's below 8 foot long, reach out to us don't reach out to us. Order the next longest, feel free to reach out to us, but order the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to ship the material out at. What that will allow you to do is to get the proper length door sweep that you need. And the net takeaway of that is it will be cut to length, but that slotted hole will be at the proper distance from the edge. Imagine if you had to take this 3 foot piece and cut it down to, say, 32 inch. You'd eliminate that first slotted hole. And what's really nice about the way that Reese does this is that they pierce through the backside in such a way that you can literally pre-drill the hole and then tailor the position of the door sweep to account for a sill that's not level or perhaps a door that's not plumb. The point I'm trying to make is most manufacturers are doing no piercing to the backside material. Reese is punching through for you on that. That's the difference, because ultimately you're going to have to clear that out with typically a couple of holes that you'll drill, position it, pre-drill your hole, that kind of thing. But with Reese, you're already getting half of that work already done, where all you really need to do, and speaking of screws, they are included in a complimentary finish, by the way, all you need to do is pre-drill a hole, set it to level, and then tighten your screws. That's what you'll do. So if you order a custom length, we'll not only give you that proper distance from the edge for the first slotted hole, but also the proper center to center as well. You'll see on the back side here that that's pinched, and that's just to keep the material in place. And the holder itself is pinched along the seam, compressing the vinyl, and that's how it's being held in. And then, of course, when you make the permanent attachment with the screws, then your installation is complete. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Reese products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. I'm quite partial to Reese, and I will admit readily that I only wish we did more business with them, meaning that I try to steer as much weather stripping work their way because of a particular niche in the market that I believe they fill very well, but also I wish that the name was more known nationally. Reese being from the Midwest, so to speak, the upper Midwest, would be probably considered a bit more geographical than national than some other names. But when I use Reese is when, let's say I'm doing a door and there might be a pair of doors, and the pair of doors with all the hardware could be a $5,000 opening. When I want the weather stripping to look every bit as good as the $2,000 exit device, I'm always going to use Reese. Or when someone says, I need the longest lasting item I can get my hands on for a door sweep because I'm sick and tired of replacing them, I go to Reese because they've got that polyurethane and they present it up front. When someone is looking for dark bronze anodized to complement their aluminum storefront or maybe an oil rub bronze, I go to Reese because, in my opinion, they've got the most elegant dark bronze anodized finish on weather stripping. If you have any questions on the Reese DB469C in a C finish door sweep or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.